There's a moment in every relationship where something shifts. The texts get shorter, the calls come less often, and suddenly, you're left questioning if you're imagining things or if they're slowly pulling away. It doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps in quietly. That gut feeling, the one telling you something's off, it's rarely wrong. When someone starts losing interest, they don't always say it out loud, but their behavior starts whispering the truth. And if you don't recognize the signs early, you'll be left overcompensating, begging for clarity, and confusing your self-worth with their attention. This video is for the man who's been there, confused, in his head, and trying to figure out if it's just a bad day or the beginning of the end. Let's talk about the quiet signs someone is emotionally checking out, and more importantly, what those signs are really saying. 1. Their communication shifts, and it's not about being busy. At first, they used to respond quickly. They'd text you randomly, just to share a thought or a meme. But now, the replies are delayed, if they even come at all. And the energy, it's different, drier, shorter, less curious. Now, here's the truth most people don't want to admit. When someone's genuinely interested, they make time. It's not about being busy, it's about priority. People check their phones dozens of times a day. So when communication becomes one-sided, inconsistent, or feels like an obligation, it usually means you've been emotionally deprioritized. And that hurts, especially when you remember how it used to be. But don't let someone confuse you with excuses. When someone wants to talk to you, they do. And when they stop, it's not your job to chase or fix it. It's your cue to observe and act accordingly. 2. Affection and curiosity fades. The emotional withdrawal begins. You'll notice they stop asking you about your day. The little things, like remembering your big meeting, your mom's birthday, or even how you slept, suddenly don't seem to matter anymore. Emotional investment always shows in curiosity. And when someone stops being curious, they start becoming distant. Even physical affection changes. A person who used to lean into you now leans away. Touch feels like a task. Intimacy feels forced. This is a major red flag, not because people can't have off days, but because consistency is a love language. When it fades, it often signals emotional detachment. They're not just pulling back physically, they're mentally and emotionally checking out of the connection, preparing for the next chapter, possibly without you in it. 3. You start feeling like an option, not a priority. They cancel plans more often. They're suddenly too tired, too busy, or just not in the mood. But the truth? People make time for what they care about, especially when they're emotionally invested. When you're no longer someone they're excited to connect with, you start becoming something they fit in. If convenient, that's when you realize you're not imagining things. You feel the shift, not in what they say, but in how they show up. You feel the weight of carrying the connection. You're the one initiating, planning, asking, giving. And they've gone passive, unengaged, lukewarm. This doesn't just hurt. It confuses you. Because how can someone change this much, this quickly? The sad truth is, when people don't know how to communicate disinterest, they show it through detachment. And it's up to you to notice when you're being phased out, not fight harder to stay in. If these signs are showing up, you're not crazy. You're not paranoid. And you're definitely not too sensitive. You're just aware. You're just feeling what your intuition already knows. People rarely end things with clarity. They let things fade, hoping you'll take the hint. But you deserve more than breadcrumbs. You deserve mutual effort, not one-sided confusion. You deserve someone who makes you feel chosen, not tolerated. And if any of this sounds familiar, I want you to go watch this next video we dropped. Never trust someone who does these 3 things early on. It connects deeply to what happens when someone's mask slips early in the relationship, but you miss the signs. And as always, if this helped you reflect or hit home, subscribe to Truth Room, turn on the notification bell, and share this with another man who needs to hear it. You're not alone, and your peace is worth protecting.